How did the Magi know where and when to find the Christ child? The common view is that they followed a star, some, even today, an eastern star, which moved west by northwest. Since the best we can offer is speculation, let's tilt toward a biblical light that can be shown to move about in a physical realm, one that the scripture has already identified. I am thinking about the Shekinah glory, which is a visible manifestation of God on earth. It is a Hebrew name that implies the one who dwells, referring to the divine presence of God. The Shekinah glory is also described in the Bible as an aura, a radiance, or a glow emanating from believers, where imaginative artists down through the centuries have pictured its radiance by drawing it like a halo of light surrounding the head, or as rays of light like the rays of the sun seen at sunset. Matthew 2:1-6, After Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of King Herod, wise men from the east arrived unexpectedly in Jerusalem, 2 saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. 3 When King Herod heard this, he was deeply disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. 4 So he assembled all the chief priests and scribes of the people and asked them where the Messiah would be born. 5 In Bethlehem of Judea, they told him, because this is what was written by the prophet. 6 And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the leaders of Judah, because out of you will come a leader who will shepherd my people Israel. According to Matthew 2:7-17, then Herod secretly summoned the wise men and asked them the exact time the star appeared. 8 He sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search carefully for the child. When you find him, report back to me so that I too can go and worship him. 9 After hearing the king, they went on their way. And there it was, the star they had seen in the east. It led them until it came and stopped above the place where the child was. 10 When they saw the star, they were overjoyed beyond measure. 11 Entering the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and falling to their knees, they worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. 12 And being warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their own country by another route. 13 After they were gone, an angel of the Lord suddenly appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Get up, take the child and his mother, flee to Egypt, and stay there until I tell you. For Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him. 14 So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and escaped to Egypt. 15 He stayed there until Herod's death, so that what was spoken by the Lord through the prophet might be fulfilled, Out of Egypt, I called my son. 16 Then Herod, when he saw that he had been outwitted by the wise men, flew into a rage. He gave orders to massacre all the male children in and around Bethlehem who were 2 years old and under, in keeping with the time he had learned from the wise men. 17 Then what was spoken through Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled, from Matthew 2:1-16, You may have been taught that there were 3 wise men, or kings, who visited the baby Jesus. The tradition probably derived 3 kings from the 3 types of gifts they offered to Jesus. These men were astronomers called Magi, and there were very likely many more than 3 of them. In those days, 3 wealthy men would have been easy prey for bandits. People traveled in caravans for safety. These men, however many there were, arrived in Bethlehem when the child was perhaps around 15 months old. If these Magi had been idol-worshipping astrologers, as tradition might lead us to suspect, we then must ask, why were they given the privilege of visiting God's only begotten Son?